This tutorial is about how to move things around on your timeline. So once you've got your clips down here, you can just click and drag them around and drop them wherever you want. If you click and drag a clip and put it over the top of another clip, it will cover up what's underneath, like the overwrite function. I'll just undo that by pressing Command Z. If I drag it over that clip and I hold down the Alt key, it will insert it in the middle of this clip. So you can see clip 240 is now at either side of clip 243, which is now in the middle. I'll just undo that again, so that's Command Z. This can be useful if you've got two clips next to each other and you decide that you'd like this clip in the middle. If you dragged it and dropped it where you'd like it to be, it would just overwrite. So I'll undo that. If you drag and drop it and hold down the Alt key, you can see the arrow appears, and instead that clip will slot in between them. It's also useful if you've got a number of things in a row and you decide that the end clip needs to be the first clip. Again, select it, drag it, hold down the Alt key, and it will move to the beginning of the sequence. In the top right corner of your edit timeline, you can see three small tools. The one on the far right, if you hover over it, a little box will appear that says snapping. This is your snapping tool. This is really useful for when you're moving around clips on the timeline. You can tell it's turned on when it's green. Now, if I move this clip away and bring it back to the end of the other clip, you can tell that it's perfectly aligned with the end point of the clip next to it because these triangles appear in between the two clips. If the snapping tool's off, you can't quite tell where the end is. So if I turn the snapping tool back on, it's a simple way of making sure that the clips line up perfectly, and you can feel as you drag the clip across the keyboard, they kind of snap together. So that's a really useful tool to have turned on. The tool next to it, the linked selection tool, allows you to move the video with the audio like we're doing now. If I turn off the linked selection tool, you can move the video without taking the audio with it, which could be useful depending on what you're editing. If you've imported audio as an audio pair, importing track 1 and track 2 at the same time, you'll see these four small triangles appear that link the clips together. If you've got linked audio and you'd like to move that individually, all you have to do is select it and press Alt-L, and you'll see that those four triangles have disappeared. So now if I click off of that and just select one of those audio clips, I can move those separately as well. If I change my mind and I want to start moving them around together again, all I have to do is drag the clips back on top of each other, select both clips, and press Alt-L once again, and you'll see those four triangles have reappeared. Now I can move the clips together. If I've unlinked my audio and my video and I decide I want to move all three around together, I don't necessarily have to link them back up. I could just put them back in alignment with each other and click and drag and select the whole area. Alternatively, you can click and hold down Command and select each section of the clip in this way, and then you can move it around together again. So you could edit with linked selection turned off so that you've got the option of either moving things separately or selecting all of them and moving them together. If you want to delete a clip on your timeline, all you have to do is select it by clicking on it and press the backspace key on the keyboard, and it will be deleted. I'll undo that, so Command Z. If you want to delete a few sections at once, hold down the Command key, select as many as you want, and press backspace, and it will be deleted. If you wanted to delete this clip in the middle, but instead of it leaving a gap like this, you wanted to close that gap, you could hold down the Shift key while you press the backspace, and it will remove the clip that you don't want anymore and close the gap in between the other two.